And welcome back to the channel. Today, a very important video. I'm going to talk about altcoin season. What's going on? What is the update? Is it still coming? What is going to be the technical indicators and factors that we have to take into consideration for these altcoins to go completely crazy? So if you are interested, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button. We post a video about crypto trading every single day. This video is brought to you by our partner, Bluefin, one of the best non-KYC exchange I use for all of my trades. They run so many promotion on trading fees, discounts, and also bonuses on cashback. So if you're interested, guys, there is a link in the description to come and trade with Bluefin. But right now, I'm going to show you what's happening right now. So last day in the US session, we had a very nice, strong rebound for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. You can see that BTC went from 112,000 to almost 115,000, and that's what I was predicting before. I show you the proof as always, and of course I closed right now in this exact moment only because I'm going to show you in a second. I closed my position from here. You can see Shellcat pulling all these very good results. One of my pro trader as well as Walter White as well coming with all these results, and you can see I closed 70% of my position on Tau, Bitcoin, Solana, Ondo, and Ethereum as well, making 89, 81%. So very good results. Very happy with that. Spot trading is still going. And by the way, guys, of course, if you want to go to the next level, if you're a trader, an investor, long-term and short-term, you want to really take the benefit of the next 5 years in crypto, the digital revolution where BTC could be going to $500,000. What you're going to do is to come on the VIP, guys. We have so much education, trading calls, pro traders that can really help you to navigate this crazy market. Otherwise, by yourself, without a community, without pro trader guidance, it's actually very difficult. If you want to come, guys, on the VIP, also there is a link in the description as well. Now, BTC, that's the scenario I'm looking at, and today I'm not going to go and basically spend too much time. It's going to be quite like a short video, so I'm not going to annoy you too much today. So what is going to be happening? Very, very simple. You can see BTC now we are below this important level of supply where what is going to be happening? We need to be able to go and close above 117,000. If we can't close above 117,000, what is going to be happening is that it's quite likely BTC is probably going to go down to this point, around 108 to $109,000. What I could be seeing from this point, right? Because you can see that we have a nice level of diagonal support from here. I could be seeing BTC to probably go and flirt around a little bit with this line, do something like this, and then probably have a breakdown, and then from here we're going to see the proper leg up to come sooner rather than later. But right now, that's the situation. If we can close above 117,000, there is a risk we're going to be going lower. And that's the reason why I sold 70% of my futures position, not spot, but futures position, because I could be thinking that maybe today or tomorrow we could be seeing a sort of like maybe a little bit of a correction to the downside, and I would be like to be ready to go and buy the dip again. For example, that's what I do usually with the VIP guys. I'm going to give an example on crypto trading ideas. I always go to identify levels of support and resistance. You can see from here, I post this on 3 or 4 of these altcoins every single day, guys, and the accuracy has been insane. Once they hit these areas, guys, they rebound or they reject, and of course, then the results talk for themselves. But right now, that's the situation. So today, as I promise you, what I really want to see, and it's going to be very important, it's altcoin season. So what I'm actually monitoring right now, and is very important for altcoin season, is the following. I'm going to go on the monthly chart. So we're going to go and really having a nice, I would say, point of the situation. You can see this is the pair others versus Bitcoin. So others, what is others? Others is like the market capitalization of all the altcoins, excluding the top 10. So the small altcoins that basically have like very, very little market capitalization, and they tend to explode the fastest. Now, what is going to be the trigger for me to say altcoin season now is starting? Well, one of the things that I noticed in the past, and of course, guys, this is not financial advice or, it's also past performance doesn't mean that the future is going to be the same. But at the same time, I like to show you what happened before. Utilizing this chart here called the MACD, you probably are very familiar with the MACD. You can see that we had on the monthly chart in 2017, around January, a crossover with the MACD. altcoins went totally crazy. In 2000 and June 2020, okay, we had a explosion to the upside with altcoins. And then look what happened. We went up, we dropped, and then we started the altcoin season. Now, we haven't had any proper crossover apart from this like fake one since 2020. Right now, this could be the opportunity for altcoins to go and say it's finally time to go and pump. So, looking at what happened in 2020, where we again saw a drop in this like others versus Bitcoin, the same scenario could be happening. And I'm going to show you why. Because BTC technically hasn't placed any top yet. In general, alt season starts when Bitcoin is going to place a real top. And what is going to be the real top? We don't know that. In my opinion, it's going to be maybe 135, 145, maybe 150. It's probably going to be around this area. Lots of people I follow on X, guys. In the next video, I'm going to shout all of them because there's so many traders on Twitter, guys, are amazing, really. So good. Like I can tell you, you gotta follow them and not the car from the moon boys that they're just talking bullshit. So from here, Bitcoin has to put a top. Once Bitcoin can put a top and then start to fluctuate around, similar to what it's doing right now, there's gonna be the time where we should be seeing a crossover on the MACD. So maybe we can see a little drop when Bitcoin is gonna go and place his top for this bull cycle. Then we're going to see maybe a pump up to here, MACD crossing on the monthly chart, and that's going to be our time where we're going to be able to go and break this important level of diagonal resistance here. I'm going to go and cancel this Fibonacci level so you don't get confused. I'm also going to remove the EMA from here, and that's what you can see. You can see that from this point, we have a potential downward channel from this area, which could be our first target when it comes to altcoin season. If we can break this channel here, okay, just pay attention to this. If you can break this channel, very likely we're going to go to this channel here. If we can go and break this channel and close above, next one is going to be at this point. If you can stay above here and then let's say have a retest and then to continue higher, this is my opinion is going to be the time where it's going to be the point where altcoins could be going up to. So putting these things into perspective, I would say, look what happened when altcoins went from, let's say, compared to Bitcoin, of course, but they went from 0.16 to 0.25. We had I would say, very strong movement with alt. Some of them that did like a 5x, 6x. So if the same thing is about to happen, so from 0.11, we're going to go up to 0.20, right? So 0.16 to 0.25, 26. So I would say we had a 70% in March, in September to March 2023 and 24. If the same thing is about to happen here, where we're going to go to 0.20, from now we are like a 0.11, right? We could be seeing many altcoins probably performing, going up like in between 5 to 10x is definitely possible. If we're going to go up to here, maybe we can be seeing more. Now, according to this, right, showing you all this chart, what is going to be our, I would say, bias and also our point to say, guys, it's time to get out at this point, or at this point. What I'm going to do is two things. Number one, I'm going to observe, which is very important. I'm going to observe the crypto total market capitalization. Crypto total market cap. There is a high chance, okay? I heard so many people saying that we're going to be able to go and break this important level of diagonal resistance, which then, if it's going to happen, we could be seeing Bitcoin going up to $8 or $9 trillion market cap. And if this happens, altcoin could be doing a 20x, 30x, 40x. But the question is this feasible? Like, it's in terms of your investments, like, do you really want to wait for crypto total market cap to go to $9 trillion, hold it there? I mean, you have to think about maybe a better, safer plan to say, oh, I'm probably going to go and take lots of profits out at other levels a little bit more safe. And the first level I can think right now, looking at this chart, looking at the situation from here, I would say that there is a very nice confluence. There is an intersection, very well defined on the 1.618 Fibonacci on the on this point here, and also the 2 Fibonacci with this diagonal level of resistance. You can see the total coming from this point to this point to this point, okay, so around 4.7, let's say, to $5 trillion market cap. That's going to be the time to say we still got lots of room to go higher. So if I'm going to have a look at the others to Bitcoin, okay, which is going to be, let's say, around 0.20, and then I'm going to go on the total, and then I'm going to see, for example, we are already at this point. What I'm going to say is thank you very much. Crypto has been a pleasure. I'm selling 80% of my holdings. See you later. And maybe is it gonna go 3 times more? It's gonna go to 10 trillion. Others is gonna go after to, I don't know. It could definitely happen, right? I don't know. I don't know. But for me, technically, right, I like to be, I'm a technician, right? I like to weigh risks versus reward. And for me, at that point, there's going to be a time where I'm going to be out. That's going to be my thing. Bitcoin consolidating. I want to see the total probably reaching that area. It's going to be very important. And the last one I want to see, of course, which I already mentioned so many times, it's Bitcoin dominance. When the total free is going to go to that area, when the others is going to go into these boxes, and when Bitcoin dominance is going to go. You can see, guys, we are at the very, very, I would say, if the dominance drops a little bit more this month, this is probably going to be the time of the crossover. Okay, so very important point. I hope it doesn't happen like in 2020 where we had a crossover and then another another pump like this, and then we went down. But I would say if we have a crossover, there is a high chance that we could be going down, and the downside is going to be determined, of course, by the market as well. But I would say, looking at the FIBO, looking at order blocks as well, I would say that it could be quite likely that first target I'm looking at is going to be a 56%, and even as low as 47 to 48%. So again, looking at the situation, so I'm going to have an area of support around here. I'm going to have an area of support down to here. So where is the Bitcoin dominance going to be when total market cap is going to be high? So total market cap is going to be already at the top, and then Bitcoin dominance is down to here, and altcoins are already at this point, guys. For me, as I told you, am I going to take a risk and say, oh, but it's going to go down even more? No, fuck it. I'm going to go and sell, and then I'm probably going to reassess later, because remember, guys, whatever goes up always comes down. So really use these metrics to help you, to guide you, to understand what is happening with the cycle. Another one which is very important as well that you need to take into consideration is the following. S&P 500. S&P 500, you can see on the monthly chart, okay, we had already a bearish crossover, okay, and then basically it was one of the biggest fake out I've ever seen in my life. Be very careful right now, because when we're gonna have, even for example, on the 2 weeks chart, we're gonna have another bearish crossover on the S&P, guys. The S&P is cooked in a sense of, yeah, it could be going up maybe, I don't know, another maybe 10%, maybe 7,000, whatever. It's gonna go up to here, okay, but then eventually it will have to start to come down. And once you see this crossover again on big time frames, like look what, for example, what happened here in 2025. We had a 3 weeks bearish crossover on the MACD coming this way. Boom, we dropped from 6,100 to 4,700, guys, 800. So that was a huge drop. So next time is going to happen, be careful, okay? Because there's going to be a sign that something bad could be happening. I know, like, I don't like to be the perma bear of the situation, but Anyway, last thing I want to discuss as well, which is also super cool, it's Ethereum as well, guys. Ethereum is basically going almost towards our level of interest. So first level of interest is going to be here, okay? And I believe that when Ethereum is going to go to here, it might have a little bit of a consolidation where it's going to give all the money back into altcoins to then start to outperform as well. But again, Ethereum, guys, on the 3-week chart, we can see the MACD crossover, which is very good. We can also have a look on the monthly. On the monthly, guys, is on the verge of doing that. Like I would say that if we're gonna be closing the months of August like this, then it's quite likely we're gonna see a crossover, and then of course ETH could have a very nice run to the upside. Then once Ethereum is gonna have a run to the upside, then I could be seeing the money being transferred to the smaller coins. But those guys are what I'm looking right now. Another thing I'm also monitoring as well for the start of the alt season for what I really would like to see, and I think is important, is the US 10-year treasury yield, guys. Basically, the reason why the Fed is not cutting rates is because of the bond market. The bond market basically dictates whether the Fed is going to cut rates. It's not about the inflation, CPI, and all of that. It's only about the bond market. And you can see that right now, guys, we are getting into a point where the US 10-year treasury yield is going to break down. If it's going to break down, okay? So hasn't confirmed, but if it's going to go down from here, probably is going to have a big dump, and the Fed is going to be forced to cut rates. And I'm really expecting that we're going to see a few months where the Fed will cut interest rates, where risk assets should really perform very well. Maybe for I don't know, 2 months, 3 months until shit is gonna hit the fan. I don't know what's gonna be happening to the economy, but if I see like it's happening right now, the U.S. 10-year Treasury yield starting to go down and really having a dump from here, that's gonna be my time, how do I say? It's gonna be our green light that the Fed will certainly cut rates. If it's going to go down to here, like 3.6, 3.7, guys, I would say September, it's almost a guaranteed we're going to see a rate cut. So, guys, I really hope this video was helpful. Do I believe that the Fed is going to cut rates in September? I mean, you tell me, guys. Trueflation, but I can't find the thing. 1.65%, falling like a rock. So I want to see what's going to be happening now, what it could be the reason why they wouldn't cut. But again, if they talk about cutting and also forecasting other cuts, to me, is going to be a big risk on Signal. But anyway, I really hope you're gonna have a great day. If you, of course, enjoy the video, please put like a nice like and a subscription, a subscribe. But otherwise, I'm gonna see you tomorrow for another video. Take care and see you soon.